So weekly advisor movements, 5 November 2020. So net advisors leaving the industry, we had 32 this week, switch licensees 27, so an uptick in both of those numbers from previous weeks, and join the industry we had 3, so a net loss overall this week of 29. My favourite slide is actually the shout out to switches slide. This is where I get to research the advisors that have been switching and also just research some geographies around the country. And I get to read a bit of the stories of each of the individual advisors and why they actually joined and became a financial planner. So this week we have Lawson, who went from AMP to Synchron, Don Trapnell's Synchron. Jane Carr, Fortnum Private Wealth, to the Alliance Wealth brand under Centrepoint Alliance. So Jane starting up her own practice there, Jane Carr Financial Planning. Congratulations, Jane, I think up there in Ballina. And John going from Blue Ocean Financial Services to Samba Investments. And I'm actually in John's hometown of Canberra, where my wife is from, and the suburb of Bruce. So this is the Australian Institute of Sports. I'm actually inside the gym here, it looks like. Speaking of Samba Investments, so 3 new advisors this week. So a shout out to Philip Alexander, who I know watches these videos. So 3 new advisors trading as Finchley and Kent. So now standing at 8. Interprac, Sequoia Financial Group subsidiary Interprac, 3 new advisors up to 316. Affinia, Marcus O'Sullivan there under TAL, 2 advisors up to 199. ANZ, a gain of 2, but overall down from 158. And Excel Super, a gain of 2. AMP continues to top this chart, so net loss of 7 at 911, about to broach the 900 mark. Matthew Rose, Count Plus, the subsidiary Count, a net loss of 6, so now down to 241. Synchron, a net loss of 4, but overall up, and Commonwealth Financial Planning, a loss of 4, now down to 230. Now, my quote of the week is relating to super funds, and really this goes to Jason Anderson in Core Data. So the Investment Management Magazine, I believe it's in. So the opinion piece, if you want to read the full piece, I highly recommend it. But for super funds, as the custodians of the retirement nest eggs of Australian super funds, are uniquely positioned to solve the advice gap. As members, our super fund is the first place we turn to for help when we start thinking about retirement. And I can't agree with that more. I think the super funds have a massive role to play in advice, and they are starting to encroach on, I guess, where the banks left as a lot of the members start to reach retirement age, especially the baby boomers. You're going to start to see far more complex advice coming into play for a lot of these members. So the move from intra-fund advice into more complex advice, I think that's a massive opportunity for advisors to start partnering up with super funds. I know us here at Advisor Ratings have a white label opportunity at the moment with Australian Super, and they have obviously the biggest super fund in Australia, but I think all the super funds at the moment have a significant role to play, and I think there's going to be a jostling across the board in terms of what that looks like for both advisors and for consumers. And the role just generally in advice, you have a look at the US. There was a recent study that came out by JD Power. 83% of Americans, and that was a spread across 13,000 Americans over the last 3 months, are looking for financial advice or advice in this market. And I would say it's very similar at the moment in Australia, as we can see through certain studies, but also in terms of volume of traffic, both through advisors and through sites like Advisor Ratings. But that's it for the week. Again, please find this quote online, and you can find the opinion piece. We'll bring you further numbers next week.